Hellola, everybody. As you can see, we're going to be drawing Korone today. So, the idea of this video is this one's going to be just the line art. Wow, this song is a little bit more distracting than I thought it would be. So, let me turn it down on my end because I think the volume is okay for you guys. It looks like it compared to my voice, so I think it should be okay. Anyway, we're gonna be drawing Korone senpai. Well, I can't really call her a senpai because she's not in the same group as me, but I think the name is cute. It fits her very well. Korone. So for this, I haven't really thought ahead of time what kind of sketch I want to do for her or her pose or anything, but I have a loose idea that it's going to involve Yubi's because, you know, it wouldn't be Korone if it wasn't Yubi involved. So I was working on a different picture, but I will for now come in, change my settings, and let's get started. So, Korone, let's see. Loose idea. We'll see how it goes. Might be tricky for me. I've never drawn like this kind of pose before, but I kind of want to do a like where we're looking down a little bit, or rather she's looking up, I guess. Given this, let's see, her mouth would be in this box. I think her nose would be in this box. And for now, it's so new to me, this pose that I'm trying right now. I'm not even going to put in specific details, although I do see what could be a very cute face in there. And then I think one of her eyes would be here. The other would come like this here. That looks okay for now. This is, as I said, a very rough sketch, so we'll see. Normally I would tilt the screen. There's a way to tilt the canvas, but I don't know what that is in this program. I could tilt the image itself, but that wouldn't be what I'm looking for. I don't want to tilt the image. I want to tilt like the entire canvas. But that's okay. We'll give this a shot. And I'll even put in roughly where I want her eyes to be with this. Like right there-ish. Although that looks kind of like she's looking off into the distance. I want her more looking at the camera. Maybe further over like this. Yeah. And then my brows will be here. And here's the part that gets a little tricky for me. Whoops. I grabbed the wrong color. I'll just put that back. Okay, there we go. Good to know I can do that though. That was a shortcut I didn't know. Okay. And now I think I'm going to move the entire thing over a little. And looking at it, I think I made the original head circle bigger than I ended up with my final sizing down here. I'll just come in, make that a little smaller. As long as it's the right shape. There we go. And then this will also make her ears a little smaller. And for now, because this is just the sketch, I'm not too worried about whether the lines are good, whether they're erased, all that stuff. That stuff can come later. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. Now, where do I see putting the rest of her body? I mean, I kind of see it being like a downward picture, like this. Or this is like her neck and her shoulder comes here. Yeah, okay. I can see this working out pretty well. And her coat, like right there. So I'll erase out that line real quick, just because I don't want that confusing me later. And her coat will come that way. And comes out pretty quickly into this shape over here that turns into her hood. Put that in quick. And the same on the other side. And see. Collar of her dress come out here. The blue undershirt she has will be here. Her bones are like there. Erase this line. And let's see. The line for her buttons be here. They're on, as you're facing her, the left side of her outfit. Okay. It looks like she has a seam at the top of her waist. Okay. Okay. So that means this line would come all the way out, and then there would be little folds there. Okay. Nice. I think this is actually a really good beginning approximation for Korone. The one downside with this picture... Oh, I could go a little further. Okay. The one downside with this picture is that I've drawn her hands in such a way now, just by virtue of having them down here, that I can't have her doing a Yubi picture, which is more what I was picturing for Korone. But that's okay. These are some bows. But it looks like she has something else on the side there. Although maybe that was just, I grabbed this picture offline, off the internet very quickly and put it in MS Paint. Oh yeah, when I zoom in I can see there isn't anything else. There's just a thick layer of pixels that nothing could be done with because I just grabbed it like really quick off just like an image search. Okay. And when you do that and you just plop it into Paint, Paint doesn't know how to deal with all the like stuff that should be transparent and the fade out. Better programs do, but MS Paint is not one that does. Right. Cool. let's clean this up a little bit for ease. And honestly, considering I didn't have a good idea what I was going to do for her pose, this came together really quickly. And her tail will be here. And again, for now, I'm not super worried about what it looks like. And this time I did use the whole canvas. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna get her little collar necklace right here. And erase out those lines so I don't get confused by them later. Nice. And a little charm, and it looks like 4 paw prints. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I want to clean up the face a little bit. One of the key characteristics of Korone. Giant smile. Although, actually looking at this, I kind of feel like I drew her in more of a just like a rare moment of just calm, happy. But maybe I'll do that instead. Nose, I think I want pointing that way. Okay. Oh, I haven't saved this yet. Korone. There we go. Okay. And now, yeah, okay, all that's on one layer. I'm gonna save, and I'll put a new layer down for doing the rest. Okay. This looks okay. One thing to note is her head looks like it's coming a little bit forward, which if that's what I want to stick with, that's fine. But I'll have to be mindful about my drawing if that's what I'm doing. Because the line of the body, I couldn't see it before, now I see it because I flipped the canvas, which is why it's a good idea to always flip the canvas. And it's bad that I waited that long. But the line of the body should go up here, where her head would be more in this range, but she's kind of going in a curve, which is fine. It just means that I have to pay special attention to making sure things are still proportionate as I go. Okay, so I want to get her eyes solidified. Everything about her design is just super cute. But her eyes are especially cute. Widen that a little bit. I'm going to come in and do the same over here. She still looks like she's staring off in the distance, but that's okay. Perspective is one of those things I need to work on a little bit for eyes. But that doesn't mean that what I have is bad, just because it isn't what I wanted it to be. And in its own way, it adds its own charm. I do think a large part of being able to draw is really seeing where your drawing takes you and then being able to recognize that and go with it. I'm gonna make all these a little bit more transparent while I work on the hair. That's just because her hair, cute, but feels a little bit tricky to me. To start, she has little floofers in the center. Very accurate to a dog. Very, very excellent character design for her. Super excellent character design. Okay, now she has some pieces that come around that on both sides of her face, and they kind of wrap around. Come back up. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. The same happens on this side. Oops. Although, this is starting to look a little weird, I think. Okay. Erase that out. I don't really like how that went. Maybe I will make it more down here. It's this part that looks weird. Like, her hairstyle, the way I'm drawing it is making her look less like her and more like somebody tried to cosplay as her. Maybe I will take a moment to just look and see how other people drew Korone's hair. And I'll put that up on the stream too. But let's see what other people have done. Okay. How do I... Let's see if I can grab this. Browser. Korone fan art browser. Oh, I see. That was the wrong thing. Goodbye. Okay. I guess I meant a window. Window capture. Browser. Korone fan art. Let's see. Next time I should probably fill that up ahead of time. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at what other people have done. So I'll start here. It looks like they did do that. Their Korone also looks a lot younger than mine, largely because the eyes are much bigger, take up a larger part of the face. They've also simplified a little bit here, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see what else. This one, they have it intersecting her eyes, which I think from my angle wouldn't necessarily work, but it seems like a lot of simplification, making it a larger chunk, like having it come out further and be a larger part of her hair. So cute. That, very horror. Very nice. Mm-hmm. That's Korone. I like the way they did the line work on this one. This is really cool. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hide that browser source, and now that we've seen that, I'm gonna try coming back in. And I think my mistake is partially how strict I feel like I have to follow this. We'll make it a little bigger like some of those other artists did, and we'll see how I feel about that. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. This side, I think, because of the way we're at there, yeah, I think it would just be like this. Although this was looking a little bit more like Mel's hair, I think. But maybe when I add the rest of it, it'll look better. Okay. Definitely looks like an older doggo now that I'm doing this. Like I said, man, art doesn't always come out exactly how you wanted it to. And sometimes what you have to do is figure out the best thing from what you got. Okay. Here's a braid. I bet a lot of it can be solved. Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is an angle issue. Because her... So cute. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted finishing her braid and trying to talk. I think what I'm seeing is her head is like a 3/4 angle, but this, if you follow, her hair is supposed to be like the midline. Her chin should be here. And I think that's what's causing some of this stress and issue, is that I have her head tangled, yeah, angled wrong for the hair that I drew. That's making her look a little bit strange. Okay, so now that I've identified that, I can try again. But first, I'm gonna finish up the hair real quick. Okay. And now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna make, oh, that's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna make this line art even smaller, or not smaller, but more transparent. And I'm gonna try to make a face based on this instead. So it's not too much of an angle adjustment, but it's enough that already I can see the difference. And it will also change where the eyes go. And the ear, but we covered the ear anyway, so it's okay. that it's there. It's a shame, I liked that ear too. It looked really... Okay. So now we have that. I'm gonna come back and just erase out this face, so I'm not using it to try to make decisions around where the new stuff falls. Okay, this is face outline. This is where, okay, looking at this, eyes should be like here. And since her eye is the only thing on this layer, I'm just gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna transform it and mirror it, and then rotate it so that it can go on the other side, because now she's looking more ahead. It's not white, right? But this is a good start for where things go. I'm gonna move this eye, whoops, over a little more, angle it a little bit differently. And now have this one come over a little, and also squish it in, which is not something you can always do. It works in this case because we still aren't quite seeing the entire face. There's more of this side of the face shown than this side of the face. So I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're first learning how to draw eyes, because sometimes things end up looking a little bit wonky. But this looks okay. Now that I have that, that's okay. Yep, that was the detail I was missing. Look at this. So cute. So cute. I really want to draw her mouth wide open. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe I will look up her mouth being open and see if I can get a picture of the model with its mouth open, because it's a really cute... Here we go. Okay. Where's my browser source? Here we go. Okay, so this is the picture right here that I want to try to use. So I'm gonna copy it. And for reference, I'll shut this off again. I will put it down here. Oh, that's quite big. Hello. Hold on. I'll move over. Now make this a little bit bigger. Move that over. There we go. Okay. That's very cute. Okay, so it looks like I could start as a basic shape with this, and then it kind of comes out like that, and then down, although I've run out of face to do that. Okay, and now from the middle, I'm gonna erase this top line out. Now from the middle, it curves down and then back up. And now this mouth is too far down, and I don't think it's angled quite right, but it's a good start. Now I'm going to copy and paste that on its own new layer because I drew it on the same layer as the eyes. And then I'm going to erase it here, so it's no longer on the same layer. Then deselect. Now I have it on its own layer, so I can adjust it, move it up, and then also rotate it because that was not quite right. I might need to squish it a little. I'll come back to it. I can't tell yet or not if I need to. Can't tell if I need to squish it yet or not. I'll come back to it. In the meantime, okay. I'll go back to the eyes, more of the defining things. I think that is too small. Still too small, but that's okay. Okay. There we go. Now, where's her hair? Here's hair. Okay. Now I want to come in. I want to finish this up. Now that I've changed her face angle, this should be a little bit easier. Okay. Next is this part right here. It comes out like that. Then this is the part that goes around the side of her face. Comes up along the cheeks. Much better, much better. Okay. Great. Nice. Okay, awesome. Now, the last part, it's really important. It's the bones. Bones. Bone hair clip. Okay. Bone hair clip over here. And it is that. Okay. Now that I'm looking at her hair, I don't think this bottom piece goes back far enough. Like, it should be like back here. So I'm gonna do, as soon as I find, okay, it was the same layer, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna do the same, oops, not there though, because I like that front piece. I'm gonna come in over here, and I'm going to copy and paste that to its own layer. And then I'm going to come back to the hair layer, make my brush really wide, and erase the one on the original layer. And while you have the select tool active, you can't erase anything over here. So even though I'm on the hair layer, I can't erase anything on the hair over here. I can only erase what's in the selection. So I didn't explain that earlier, but that's why I've been doing this selection. Although I think, yeah, I totally selected the wrong layer. So doing that was pointless. I was on the hair clip layer. So don't be like me. Mark your layers so you know exactly what you're doing, because now I've duplicated a blank layer. But it's an easy enough fix. So now I've made that layer, and I'm still going to do the same thing I just did. Come out, oops, I unerased it. Eraser it, and see how it's getting lighter? That's because I'm erasing under it. And now I can turn the layer on and off, and the braid still stays because it's on another layer. It's on this one. There we go. And now I can make it a little bit wider. And I think I want to make it a little bit squisher. Something about it still doesn't look right. I think it might be because hers is really more like up here. Because if I look at this picture again, the braid starts like under her chin. I think it's totally just like where I drew it. So I'll do that for now. And then staying in the eraser, come erase this stuff out. Even erase that part. Okay. Now I'll make my pen small again. Back in and add some more of the details. We'll go behind the ear, come out over there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, now the last step is bring all this stuff back up to maybe not normal opacity, but bring it up more. Kind of get it all same darkness. I'm gonna leave her hair clips a little bit darker just so I know where they are. Alright, that's a blank layer. And what was that? Oh, those were the old eye and face. Okay, I don't need those anymore, so I'm going to remove them. Now, there we go. Okay. There we go. Everything is on our one layer. And we have a decent Korone sketch. She's so cute. Right. And now, before I start the line art process, I'm going to see, is there anything I need to be thinking about and keeping in my mind as we go? Her face, I think, might be too short. Looking at it now. I might actually, I know I just merged things. I might unmerge them again. Control Z works wonders. And then I guess I'll finish unmerging things. Okay. I think I'll erase the rest of this head here because it's not really providing much structure or form right now. It's kind of obscuring the info I need. Okay. Yeah, I think that face is definitely not quite right. That looks a little bit better already. Let's see. Yeah, I think that made a big difference. I was gonna say all the difference, but I don't know if it made all the difference. Okay. Yeah. I think that looks a lot better. Okay. So now I'm going to re-merge them now that I'm satisfied that they look better. And I'll delete this one again. Alright. Awesome. We are ready to start our line art. So I think I'll have enough time before I have to go do something else to maybe, I'll either get all of the line art or I'll get most of the line art. But whatever I don't get to, I will finish off camera. And then on Thursday for that video, I'll have the rest here. Make this really light. Now I think I'm gonna use the same brown. Okay. So first things first, come in and do the eye. And I think for this picture, I want to do less of a like finished one solid line art style, unlike the Pecora picture. I want to do more of a like rough drawing, sketchy kind of feel. Just, I feel like it gives a little bit more personality to pictures, and I'm honestly not quite so good at it. Actually, I'm not quite so good at that eye either. So what I'll do, I'll come in, I'll just mirror the image, the eye that way. There we go. Okay. Nice. She's so cute. Oh, I'm so excited to be drawing her. I think for the colors, although it's a little early to talk about the colors yet because, you know, I'm still doing the line art. But I think for the colors, I want to do like pastels. Instead of like bright yellow, I want to do like a pastel yellow for her coat. Looks so good. Okay, that's her eyes. I'm gonna make a new layer for the actual eyeballs. I'm gonna do the same thing with them, just gently and loosely make the circle. I go a little bit off the shape. Okay. That one might be too far though. Yeah, that one's too far. Maybe I will just copy and paste the other one because I kind of like it. It's really cute. And then I'll move it over. And I think it would benefit from being mirrored. Although not always. They don't always benefit from that. Let's see. I might come back to that because I didn't want to squish it down. But it's definitely, I think, no, I gotta fix it. It's too wide right now. Okay. That still looks okay. Okay. Sometimes shortcuts like that are okay to take. Sometimes they don't work out so well. How do you know the difference? You try. And then you mess it up and you get sad. But you can always try again. Okay. I'm gonna leave her nose on that layer by itself for now. The feeling probably the last thing I'm doing that I won't want to like modify. Although now watch, I don't know, in half an hour or something, I'll be like, I want to change that. I don't like it. The one line, the nose, it's not right. Will admit, Korone's mouth is definitely a struggle for me. I don't feel like I'm incorporating her mouth into the piece nicely. So maybe what I'll do, maybe what I'll do is I'll keep her closed mouth and she will be a quiet doggo for now. And I'll put that there and just make it invisible. And then later, if I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, you know, I really wish I had that open mouth, I'll put it back. Okay. Usually next I would finish the face, but I think the hair is going to shape how I want this line to go. I'll come do the hair next. Hair is so cute. Really everything about her model is really cute. So cute. She is the cutest doggo. Every dog is the cutest doggo. If you have a doggo, tell them I said they're the cutest doggo. And if you have a doggo watching the stream with you right now, good doggo, what a good boy or girl. Good doggy. My apologies if I've upset any dogs. But they all need to know how good they are. All of them. Dogs are my favorite. Right now, I live in a place where I can't have a dog, and it's really sad. I really want a dog, and when I move, I want to make sure I go somewhere where I can have a dog. They're just so loving and nice, and they always like you no matter what. And they're just the epitome of like, I'm just happy to be here. Like that feeling, I'm just happy to be here. That's them. Dogs truly are just happy to be here. I think we all could benefit from being like that a little bit. Not all the time. You know, you definitely don't want to be content with a situation that's bad or anything like that, but sometimes things aren't as bad as we make them feel. And if we just relax, you can see that they're better. Okay. I think I like that. But I feel like I'm running into the same issue again with the ear on the other side. Or not the ear, the hair. Right now I'm trying to draw around those bones because I can see where they will be. Like that. Erase that whole thing. Accidentally made a very clean line in this messy sketch. What does this look like on the other side of a Korone? The way I have it drawn, it pretty quickly connects. I don't think I want to do that. This one I'm just going to go over the bones. They can erase later. Okay. Now that comes out there. There. And that definitely doesn't look weird at all, by which I mean that actually looks really bad. Every drawing has one part that you just struggle with and you're like, why? Why is this such a struggle? At least for me. I'm sure there are people who do art professionally who experience that more rarely, but for me, it's very much like every drawing has at least one part where I'm like, why? Why is this so difficult? Sometimes it's even things that I've done like hundreds of times before, and it's just like that day that it decides to be difficult. But that's okay. It happens. And the more you can work through things that are like that, the better you become as an artist. So next time it happens, you remember what worked to get through it. You do that. And it saves you time. But sadly, a big part of figuring out drawing stuff is the part where you go, oh my gosh, I've been staring at this for like 12 hours and it's just not working, and it will never work again, and there's no such thing as a completed picture. That last part is true, but not in the way that I meant it just now. I meant more the hopeless, like, oh my gosh, I will never get this. It happens sometimes. A feeling happens. It's okay. It's not fun or pleasant. Depending on how you feel about your art skills, it can sometimes cause you to be like, oh my gosh, have I ever drawn before? Am I ever going to be able to draw again? Is this it? But you keep trying, you get through it, and then you've learned something better. Her hair is just not working for me. I think that top piece works. Leave that. And this next piece maybe comes further down, and that's better. I'm looking more at the reference picture now, and I'm seeing that shape, which I don't think, when I drew this, I don't think I was able to identify that earlier. Yeah, that actually, I mean, that's actually closer to the original picture. So I think I'm gonna take a chance and erase this part too, that I was kind of happy with, and see if I can turn it into more like that side over there. Goodbye lines. Let's be brave. We're gonna try modifying that, come out that. Nice. Bueno. Bueno. That'll come out like that. And this line come out. Then erase the part under the ear. It's definitely an improvement. I didn't follow the rule of, I don't know what you call it, like the part where things further away have an angle to them. But I think I can fix that just by coming in, oops, erasing, not drawing. And now taking this and maybe angling it a little bit and pulling it up a little bit. And then erasing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now erasing this top part where they intersect and building a better connection for them. Do it on this original layer. This one, I think I just want to continue this way. Not connect at all. Yeah, I think that looks better. The lines are a little messy over there. I think it looks a little better. This is probably the part that I will continue working on off camera and then come back with something completely different for Thursday's drawing, where we color this. Okay. I'm gonna do this ear. So cute. Ah, so cute. So cute. Okay, I'll do this one too. There we go. Okay. Now, in a new layer, and we'll do little hair swoopies. I wasn't going for a stilted line like that, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna keep it. Nice. Okay, there we go. Looking at her picture, this is kind of where the braid starts. There. Over here, connects here. Okay. And then twists in that way. Twists in that way. I definitely feel like the head I'm drawing for her is like a Korone that's like, I don't know, instead of, well, I mean, she's like, what, 90 or something? Dog years? Like 17. Instead of a 17-year-old Korone, I feel like I'm drawing more of a like 30-year-old Korone. It's a good sign to work more on ages of characters and like how I make character proportions, because the proportions are what determine how old someone looks, especially when you're drawing like an anime style or things like that. Bigger eyes look younger. Squisher faces tend to look younger. Cutesy tends to look younger. All the things Korone has that I did not draw. So I might mess with this while the camera's off, but for now, we're just gonna keep going. The braid looks pretty nice though, except for the fact that it's very stiff. Anyway, now that I've done that, now I feel like I can come in and do the face. Put it there, and we'll go with that line I keep missing when I'm drawing. Wanted in between these two lines. Keep drawing at the bottom. Okay. That looks okay. Well, at this point, I think just gonna keep going, and then today is Tuesday, so I will take tomorrow to think about it, do any fixing that needs to be fixed, and then we'll finish it on Thursday. Put in her collar. How you say collar in Spanish? I certainly don't know. I've not learned that word. So now, come in and do her charm. Yeah, maybe it's better if I just hint at there being like circles there. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Okay. And now over here, hint at the collar being there. Move that out. Dress there. Blue undershirt here. Coat there. And her dress here. With, let's see, yeah, like her collar comes out like this, so it would actually come a little bit out past this. This isn't a detail I included before. That's like the collar of her dress, both sides. It looks like the collar actually kind of ruffled. This will be a ruffle, this will be a ruffle, that'll be a ruffle. And then I think there's only the space for the one ruffle on the other side. And there is ink, very edges. Can I draw a straight enough line for that? See. That looks okay. Alright. We'll do the same on the other side. And now we have the buttons there. Button, button, button. So I think they're a little bigger than that. Like a button, a button. Okay. Rest of her dress comes here. And coat like out here, including part where it's a hood, which comes. Does she have a hood? I've been drawing it like there's a hood this whole time. I've been drawing it like she has a hood, but I actually don't know if she has a hood. Well, if she didn't, she does now. Because that's how I've been drawing it, so I'm gonna go with that. Her other arm is over there, or the side of her coat. Then her sleeve is gonna be there. Nice. I will start in the center for her bow. Oh, big and fluffy bow. Little creases in it. Big, fluffy bow. Little creases in it. More big and fluffy bow. Creases. Okay, let's see how we're doing so far. That face, man. That face. I don't know. It's one of those situations where everything is technically right, and technically, everything is where it should be, but it's just not looking right. At least I think technically everything is where it should be. Character-wise, everything is where it should be. Whether that's like, you know, correct or not. My thinking is no, it's not, because I wouldn't be obsessing over this so much if it was correct. Ah, goodness sakes. Okay. Well, I'm going to insert another layer. We're going to do the tail. And because she's a fluffy-tailed dog, I'm not going to worry about connecting the lines so much. I'm going to use them to get more of an impression of a tail than a tail. I think even her artist kind of does this a little bit. Her mama. There we go. Right. I feel like I have to add some more of her hair over here. Although I don't really know what I want it to do. I want it taking the same shape. I'll have it do that. Peel off. Like that. Now, that can stay just where it is. Fine. I feel like I just not quite how I want it to be. Put her eyebrows on the same layer as her braid. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to separate out though. Okay. Now, this large eraser and get rid of it. Okay. Now, okay. I'm gonna start messing with it just to see if there's something I can get it to do that I like better. Not because I want this to be like how I finish with a mess. Stretched out line art also doesn't look very good. So this is completely just to see if something works better. I think this might work better. Yeah, I think that works better. I lose a lot of detail behind the coat. I think that looks better. And then I feel like the eyes, strangely, they have to go bigger, I think. Where did I put the eyes? The original line art. Yeah, let's take that out. Okay. I feel like maybe the eyes go bigger. Okay. I'm gonna merge them all down. And then I'm gonna duplicate them so I still have original eyes. And I'm gonna write that original eyes. I don't know if you can see that behind me. In fact, you actually can't see that at all. You can't see any of the layer stuff I'm doing. Let me scoot over. Okay. So I have it here. I named it original eyes. Now I have a different layer of eyes. I'm gonna try making bigger and see if that helps the picture. Oh, I think I went a little too big. But making them bigger did seem to help. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. That looks a lot closer to what I was looking for. Okay. Okay. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. And I think I can work on the hair there in some way. Okay. Now what's left, bringing that back, is to finish up with the bones. And I think I have time to try to fix that hair that I was looking at. Take the bones. Even the bone hair clip, so cute. Ah, look at how cute it is. I like that so much, I'm just gonna copy it and put it down here. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. I'm gonna name it Bone Hair Clips. Ah, they're so cute. Ah, Korone, hey, you're so cute. Kawaii. Kawaii. Kawaii no. Oh, my alarm. I am so sorry. I have it set to go off the same time every day, and I continue to forget that it is set to a time that will interrupt recording every day. I'll move myself back over here. Now, let's see if I can finish up this hair in some way that works better. Oh, let's see, original line art, nose, mouth, hidden mouth, bangs, ears. There we go. Okay. I'll try moving it back over here a little bit. Yeah, now she looks like a, a shaggy doggy. Maybe I can rotate it more though. I think that's okay. Okay. So now I'll make it lighter and I will insert a new layer because I don't want stretched out line art for her hair. Okay. Also, if you are looking at this and you're somebody who doesn't really know, or rather, not even that you don't necessarily know how to draw, but more you're not comfortable with the process yet, if you feel like you're watching me and trying to model what you do off of what I do, maybe you think you would have stopped like 6 versions of the hair ago, or maybe you're wondering like if it's worth it to go to all this effort, I would say for you, only do what feels right for your drawing. So I am being very fussy with my drawing. You don't have to be. You can be fussier. There are also a lot of things that I'm either letting go or I just plain don't have the skill level to notice yet with my drawings. You should do art the way that works for you. So if there's anything I'm doing and you're like, wait, why? Why is she doing that? Or anything where you're like, why didn't she do that? That is totally fine. That's how art works. And that's kind of the joy of it, because we all end up with really different things because we all prioritize different things. We have different working methods. The way I'm doing this is not the way that like anyone else would do it, for better or worse. Sometimes I feel like it might be for worse. But everyone has their own unique way of doing art. And the beauty of that is that there's no wrong way to do it. We end up with tons of beautiful pictures. If you're feeling, I don't know, nervous, intimidated, worried, concerned, confused, that's okay. Do it the way you want it to be done. And if the way you want it to be done isn't something you feel like you can achieve right now, that's okay too. It's okay to not get the result you're looking for the first time, as long as you don't give up. Keep that in mind, because I know it's rough. Even today, when I was doing this picture, I was feeling a little bit disheartened and overwhelmed and didn't like this outcome, but looking at it now, I'm pretty pleased. There are things I would do differently if I were able to, that right now I just can't conceptualize. That's okay, because even what I'm doing now isn't like what I could have conceptualized doing like a month ago. And I'm serious about that. Like a month ago, I couldn't have done this. Okay. So, I feel actually pretty good about this. It's not perfect. It's not exactly what I wanted. It's pretty good. Okay. I do want to just touch up this collar a little bit, a little more curved, and then add a little bit of a line for the dress here, because that would be there. And then I'm gonna write Yubi there. And I know how to write it in hiragana, but I want to make sure that I'm not missing like characters. If they write it using the kanji, I want to write it using the kanji. So I'm looking in Google Translate. Yeah, it looks like they do use the character. So what I'll do, I will make a new layer. I'll name it Yubi. And it looks like it is I'm very unfamiliar with writing most characters, but I have the magic of undo as a button. Really, that would be one stroke. There we go. So I can make this look a lot nicer just because, oops, go that far up. I can keep doing it until it looks the way I want it. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate it and put it next to itself. So, Yubi. Now, I put a little speaking line there and an exclamation point. And now I feel like maybe I should have made her angry eyebrows instead of happy eyebrows. Or at least determined eyebrows. Maybe the eyebrows are throwing it off. Where are they? Did I put them with the bangs? No, I put them... There they are. Okay. We'll touch this up a little. Okay. big. Too big. There, she does kind of have thicker eyebrows though, doesn't she? They kind of meet in a point there. But maybe I'll just keep them like that. Kind of like that. So that one's too far over. Angry dog. There we go. Okay. Where's my Yubi layer? There it is. The last thing to do I'm gonna write above it in smaller letters. I think it's called furigana. It's how to pronounce it if you've never encountered the thing before. And then I think we'll be done with the line art for today. Oh my gosh, I should make the exclamation point a finger. I'm gonna do that. I had the best idea. Okay, so you didn't quite go far enough. It's a shame. That was a lovely arc. You still didn't go far enough, but that's okay. You be. That is too big. So I'm gonna make it smaller. I really drew it that small, guys. You just didn't see. Okay. Now I'm gonna duplicate it and move it over. Yubi, Yubi. Yubi, Yubi. And now this exclamation point. I'm gonna erase it and turn it into a finger. For anyone who's watching this who doesn't know Korone, her catchphrase is Yubi Yubi, which translates literally into finger finger. There was a whole thing when she was new and had newly debuted where they were talking about it, where people were like, are you sure that's like what you want to do? But it caught on. Now here we are, drawing finger-obsessed dogs. Alright, so this is our drawing. Join me at the same time on Thursday, and we will color her in. We will give her some Yubi coloring. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.